What did they find that someone doesn't want us to know? To understand what was discovered beneath the Sphinx, we first need to understand what we've been told. The orthodox position is straightforward. The Great Sphinx was carved during the reign of Pharaoh Khafra, around 2500 BCE. It's a solid limestone monolith, no internal chambers, no hidden passages, no buried secrets. The so-called Hall of Records is dismissed as New Age fantasy, a fever dream of mystics and conspiracy theorists. Nothing to see here, move along. But here's the problem. The prophecy wouldn't die. The prophecy that wouldn't die. Between 1923 and 1945, a man named Edgar Cayce, known as the Sleeping Prophet, conducted over 14,000 documented readings while in a self-induced trance state. A significant cluster of these readings focused on a lost civilization called Atlantis and its connection to ancient Egypt. Cayce's claim was specific. When Atlantis faced destruction around 10,500 BCE, survivors migrated to Egypt. There they constructed the Sphinx and the Great Pyramid, not as tombs, but as repositories. Vaults designed to preserve their accumulated knowledge from the coming flood. And the location of this knowledge? Cayce was remarkably precise. The position the Sphinx faces, or is the watchman or guardian. The entrance is from the right forepaw of the Sphinx, leading into a passage. He even provided a timeline. The hall would be discovered when the time has been fulfilled, specifically linked to the end of the 20th century, around 1998. Mainstream academia dismissed this as nonsense, but Cayce wasn't alone. The Ancient Echo. The Westcar Papyrus, dating to Egypt's Middle Kingdom, describes Pharaoh Khufu's obsession with finding the secret chambers of the sanctuary of Thoth. This wasn't Khufu creating hidden rooms. This was Khufu searching for ancient ones. The Hermetic tradition speaks of Thoth, the ibis-headed god of wisdom, hiding imperishable tablets containing all knowledge beneath the earth. The Book of Enoch describes knowledge preserved before a great catastrophe. Across cultures and millennia, the same story echoes. A library exists. It was buried. It waits to be found. The question is, myth or memory? Long before modern technology, explorers were documenting anomalies that have since been forgotten. In 1817, Giovanni Battista Caviglia cleared sand from the Sphinx's body and discovered a vertical shaft descending into the statue itself. He reported it too unstable to fully explore. Then, silence. In 1837, Colonel Howard Weiss drilled 27 feet into the Sphinx's back, declared it solid, and moved on. But his crude boring rods couldn't detect voids that weren't directly in their path. Then came 1913. The Daily Telegraph and The Sphere published explosive reports claiming that Professor George Reisner of Harvard had discovered temples inside the hollow head of the Sphinx. The Sphere even published a detailed diagram showing a spiral staircase descending through the body, a temple of the sun between the front paws, and connecting tunnels running beneath the plateau. Reisner later denied the reports, but the specificity of those original accounts, spiral staircases, sun temples, underground networks, suggests something more than journalistic invention. Was this a leak that got shut down? In 1935, another wave of reports emerged. The Sunday Express announced a Sphinx tunnel discovery, a subway found beneath the causeway by archaeologist Salim Hassan. The story spoke of a secret city before World War II buried it in obscurity. That subway would resurface 64 years later. But newspaper reports can be sensationalized. What does the science say? In 1977, something unusual happened at Giza. SRI International, the Stanford Research Institute, arrived to conduct an electrical resistivity survey of the Sphinx and surrounding plateau. Now, here's what makes this interesting. At that exact moment in history, SRI wasn't just a research organization. They were the primary contractor for the CIA's classified remote viewing program, Project Stargate. The same people developing psychic spies for the Pentagon were scanning the Sphinx for underground chambers. Their findings: electrical resistivity anomalies consistent with tunnels and cavities in the bedrock. The official report attributed some anomalies to natural fractures. But the question remains, why was a defense contractor with ties to intelligence agencies scanning for underground voids at Giza? 10 years later, in 1987, a Japanese team from Waseda University arrived with electromagnetic scanning equipment. Their results were even more explicit. Professor Sakuji Yoshimura's team identified 3 specific anomalies: a north-south tunnel running beneath the Sphinx's body, a water pocket near the south rear paw, and, most significantly, a geometric cavity near the north rear paw. They noted a high probability of a chamber 1 to 2 meters below the temple area between the front paws. 2 independent scientific teams, 2 different technologies, 10 years apart. Same conclusion. The Sphinx is not solid. The mainstream response: silence. No follow-up permitted. Then came 1991, and everything changed. The team was unconventional. John Anthony West, an independent Egyptologist who had spent years challenging the orthodox timeline. Dr. Robert Schoch, a geologist from Boston University, and Dr. Thomas Dobecki, a seismologist. Their primary mission was to test Schoch's controversial hypothesis that the Sphinx showed water erosion patterns, evidence it was carved thousands of years earlier than claimed. But the seismic data revealed something else entirely. Dr. Dobecki's equipment detected a massive anomaly directly beneath the Sphinx's front paws. The data was unambiguous. Depth approximately 25 feet. Dimensions roughly 30 feet by 40 feet. And the critical detail, the walls were straight. The corners formed right angles. The floor was flat. The ceiling was flat. In natural limestone geology, cavities don't form this way. Water dissolution creates rounded, irregular shapes, organic patterns. What Dobecki found had the geometric precision of architecture. Right angles are the signature of intelligent design, and the location? Precisely where Edgar Cayce had predicted in 1923. Between the paws of the Sphinx, aligned with the path of the rising sun. Coincidence or confirmation of ancient knowledge passed down through millennia? In 1993, NBC broadcast the documentary Mystery of the Sphinx, narrated by Charlton Heston. Millions watched as the seismic data was presented to the world. The response from Egyptian authorities was immediate. Dr. Zahi Hawass, then chief inspector of the Giza Plateau, declared the findings American hallucinations. Schoch and West were banned from conducting any further invasive research at Giza. They found the room, they proved it exists, and they were thrown out of the country. The chamber has never been excavated. But here's what most people don't know. Someone else was digging at Giza, and they found something. 1999. Fox Television broadcasts live around the world. The program, Opening the Lost Tombs. The location, beneath Khafre's Causeway, just hundreds of meters from the Sphinx. Zahi Hawass, the same official who dismissed the 1991 seismic data, was leading an excavation into what he called the Osiris Shaft. What they found was staggering. A 3-level vertical complex cut directly into the bedrock. Level 1, a relatively empty chamber. Level 2, 6 niches carved into the rock containing basalt sarcophagi dated to the 26th dynasty, around 500 BCE. But it was level 3 that captured the imagination. An additional 12-meter vertical shaft descended into darkness. At the bottom, approximately 30 meters below the surface, the excavators found an underground island, surrounded by a rectangular channel of crystal-clear water. At the center of the island, a massive stone sarcophagus. The symbolism was unmistakable. Osiris rising from the primordial waters, the god of resurrection, entombed at the heart of a subterranean labyrinth. But here's the detail that changes everything. In the northwest corner of level 3, a tunnel extends outward. Hawass stated it was sealed, that it leads nowhere, extending only about 6 meters. The problem? That tunnel's orientation points directly toward the Sphinx. Independent researchers have suggested this could be the physical connection between the Osiris Shaft and the chamber detected beneath the Sphinx's paws in 1991. The missing link in an underground network spanning the entire plateau. No independent verification has been permitted. And there's another anomaly. The water at level 3 was described as crystal clear, reportedly drinkable. This is highly unusual for groundwater in such a populated area. It suggests either a separate aquifer or some kind of ancient filtration system. It matches descriptions in Hermetic texts of waters of creation flowing beneath sacred sites. The Osiris Shaft was opened, but the tunnel leading toward the Sphinx, sealed. And that's not the only door that's been closed. In 2002, a massive concrete wall was constructed around the entire Giza plateau. The official explanation, crowd control and anti-terrorism measures. But critics note that the wall effectively seals all potential access points from the surrounding desert. Any cave entrance, any crack, any back door into the underground network. In 2008, British researcher Andrew Collins rediscovered a cave system on the northern escarpment of the plateau, the Tomb of the Birds, based on 19th century memoirs. When he announced his findings, Zahi Hawass declared publicly, "There are no caves at Giza." Within weeks, a steel gate was installed at the entrance. The cave was sealed with concrete. Deny, seal, silence. The pattern repeats. In 2017, the Scan Pyramids project used muon tomography, cosmic ray imaging, to scan the Great Pyramid. They discovered a big void, at least 30 meters long above the Grand Gallery. Undeniable scientific evidence of a hidden chamber. The response? No invasive exploration permitted. Look but don't touch. Since 2020, all requests to conduct seismic or ground-penetrating radar surveys near the Sphinx have been systematically denied. The official position: there's nothing there, so there's no need to look. The logic is circular. You can't prove it exists if you're not allowed to investigate. The 1991 chamber, detected, documented, published, remains unexcavated after more than 3 decades. So let's connect the evidence. 1913. Newspapers report interior temples and connecting tunnels. 1977. SRI International, a CIA contractor, detects electrical anomalies consistent with cavities. 1987. Waseda University confirms geometric chambers. 1991. Dobecki's seismic survey reveals a rectangular room with right-angle walls. 1999. The Osiris Shaft is excavated, a 3-level complex with a sealed tunnel pointing toward the Sphinx. 2017. Muon tomography proves hidden chambers exist within Giza monuments. 6 independent discoveries. 8 decades. Different technologies, different teams, different eras. Same conclusion. Now consider the implications. If the chamber beneath the Sphinx predates dynastic Egypt, as Robert Schoch's water erosion evidence suggests, then the timeline of human civilization shifts. We're not talking about 2500 BCE. We're potentially talking about 10,500 BCE or earlier. This validates the Atlantis preservation narrative. It rewrites the origin story of human civilization. It suggests that advanced knowledge existed before the last ice age and was deliberately preserved. This is what they're protecting, not a room, a paradigm. The Hall of Records has been opened. But not in one dramatic moment. It's been happening in pieces. The Osiris Shaft is part of the system. The sealed tunnel is the connection. The 1991 chamber is the prophesied location. Each fragment, documented, then controlled. What remains hidden? The tunnel's full extent. The chamber's contents, if they've already been accessed. Potential artifacts sitting in Egyptian vaults. The complete network connecting Sphinx, Pyramid, and Osiris Shaft. The question that remains is not whether the chamber exists. The science proved that in 1991. The question is, what truth is worth this level of control? The Sphinx has guarded its secrets for millennia. Empires have risen and fallen in its shadow. Explorers have searched, scientists have scanned, and still, it waits. But seismometers don't lie. Right angles don't occur naturally in limestone, and the tunnel beneath the Osiris Shaft leads somewhere. The Hall of Records may have been opened, but the lights are still off. If this changed how you see history, hit that like button and subscribe. Share this with someone who's ready to question what they've been told. And drop a comment. What do you think is in that chamber?